everybody. What's up? So I hope you must be doing good and taking good care of yourself, listening to your parents, doing the work given. Okay, this is Vidya with your second module for our lesson. Do you remember the name of the lesson? Yes, I am sure you all remember the name of the lesson. The name of the lesson is the quince tree. Right? This is what we were discussing in the previous module. So, before we start, I think I have given you a small homework. I asked all of you to talk to your parents and grandparents and find what you have done when you were a child. What were your silly things, funny things that you have done, and did you all discuss about those? So maybe there are a number of stories that I'm going to listen to once we all meet, right? So maybe you must have got all the information from your parents and grandparents. Good. So it is nice that you spoke to them and you were discussing all of this, and do this activity once in a while. Okay, right. So, and do not fight with your siblings if you have, right? So the holidays and the lockdown are so, they're very difficult to get along, right? But it doesn't mean that you fight with people and you cry at home. You should enjoy all the video, audio lessons that you are getting, and you can watch TV for some time. Take part in all the activities that are there, that are happening in the house, right? Help your mom, help your dad, help your siblings, and help yourself too, right? So learn something interesting, learn something good. Okay, so shall we get into the lesson then? Right. The name of the lesson is the quince tree. So what is the quince? Yesterday we have discussed in our previous module. The quince tree, the quince tree is a tree similar to that of our Goa or green apple. Okay, they look similarly like a green tomato. They all will be looking. I have shown you the picture in my previous module. If you have checked, even I have put the picture of the writer, the author of the story. What is the name of the author? Hector Hugh Munro, popularly known as Saki or Saki. Okay, Saki is his pen name, right? So what do you mean by pen name? Some people do not reveal their actual names. Instead, they put this pen name. So Saki name is more popular than his original name. Fine. So in this story, we have seen different characters. The first and the main character in the story is the little girl Veera. Okay, and this Veera, who are the others? Betsy Millen, Mrs. Beverly Kimball, Mrs. Lamper, Cuthbert. There are other small minor characters as well which come in the second part of the story, but as they do not take the major roles, I did not mention those. Fine. So you will see them in the lesson, textbook lesson. But okay. So let's quickly recall what has happened. Fine. So we have seen the story started with the girl Veera when she meets the tenant. What is the name of the tenant? The name of the tenant is Betsy Millen, and she goes to her aunt Beverly Kimball to tell that she's not able to pay her rent. So now the aunt, Mrs. Beverly Kimball, feels that Betsy Millen, the old lady, should move to a smaller and cheaper cottage which she can afford, because she feels that she doesn't have suitable furniture, she is not paying the rent from several months. All of this she has seen enough, and she has asked her to move, but she is not moving. But the girl feels that no, how can she go? She has such beautiful garden here, and moreover she has the quince tree in the garden, and which she will not be able to get anywhere in this locality. That's what the girl says. So even then the aunt is not convinced. So the girl starts saying something to the aunt. So she starts telling that she has something more valuable in the cottage. What is that one thing that she has in the cottage that we do not know, that the girl knows? The aunt wants to know what it is, but the girl is not telling as of now what it actually is. But she says that the old lady, Betsy Millen, has something valuable. Okay, there we stopped. Now let's start the continuation. Open your textbooks, everybody. Page number 31. Page number 31, the quince tree, right? So, we stopped at this line. I am perfectly certain that I shouldn't tell you anything about it, said Veera. But then, I often do things that I shouldn't do. This line I read and explained, right? So she says that I'm sure that I shouldn't be revealing anything, but you know me, I always do things which I shouldn't be doing. Now she's going to tell the aunt something. Mrs. Beverly Kimball demanded impatiently, what is there in Betsy Millen's cottage that you are making such a fuss about? Okay, the aunt is now impatient. She has waited enough. The girl is building the suspense. So she says that, what is there in the cottage? Why you are doing so much fuss? Fuss means why you are creating so much? What is there that I do not know? It's hardly fair to say that I have made a fuss about it, said Veera. This is the first time I have mentioned the matter, but there's been no end of trouble and mystery and newspaper speculation about it. It's rather amusing to think of columns of conjecture in the newspapers and the police and the detectives searching everywhere at home and abroad. And all the while, the innocent looking little cottage has held the secret. The girl says that it is fair, even if you say that I'm making a fuss, that's perfectly all right. I agree with you. But I have something important, because the cottage is secretly maintaining something that all the newspapers and everybody wants to know. The press wants to know. So there are two new words here. One is speculation, the other is conjuncture. Both the meanings are given in the textbook. This both mean the same, forming a theory without complete evidence. So sometimes we observe that the media, without having proper evidence, they start building up some news, right? This is what we call speculation, right? So it's kind of like that, says the girl. Okay, now the aunt speaks. You don't mean to say it's the Lore picture, La something or other, the women with the smile that disappeared about 2 years ago. So, I told you in the beginning that it has some French relation. France, the story is related to French names are there, and French issues, topics will be there here and there, right? So here the aunt is asking. So I hope it's not about that Lore picture, okay? Louvre or Louvre. The American pronunciation says Louvre, but the French pronunciation for the word will be different. But you must have heard the name before. It's very big museum for which the France is famous for. It is in the shape of a pyramid, okay, or a triangle, from the glass triangle. So I will keep one picture at the end of this module. Please check the picture, okay? In that museum, so many pictures are displayed, okay? So the aunt is asking, are you talking about the picture which has a woman with a smile and all of that? She also says la something or the other. La in French means the. The aunt is not giving kind of proper respect. Whenever you say something, what's his name? He is some XYZ, like that. So you don't want to mention the name because you really don't care about it. When in such cases you say like this, right? The aunt is also speaking in similar way, la something or the other, right? Are you speaking about that? She's asking. Last something or other, the woman with smile that disappeared about 2 years ago, exclaimed the aunt with raising excitement. Now Veera says, oh no, not that, said Veera, but something quite as important and just as mysterious, if anything rather more shocking. Not the Dublin. Veera nodded. The whole jolly lot of them. In Betsy's cottage. Incredible. Okay. So now she is bringing it to the next level. So she says the aunt is more and more curious to know what is inside, and the girl is not exactly telling what they are. But now she says the whole jolly lot of them. So there are so many fun things there. Okay. Betsy in the Betsy's cottage. Incredible. She even uses the word incredible. They are just awesome. Okay, these are all adjectives that we use. Right. Next. Of course, Betsy has an idea as to what they are, said Veera. She just knows that they are something valuable and that she must keep quiet about them. So the girl says, even Betsy doesn't really know the actual value of all of them. I don't think so, Veera says. But she just knows that they are something important and she needs to keep them. I found out quite by accident what they were and how they came there. So even Veera doesn't know, but she came to know just by an accident. It so happened, it's just a coincidence that I came to know about all of this, the girl says. You see, the police who had them were at their wits' end about where to stow them away for safekeeping, and someone who was driving through the village was struck by the snug loneliness of the cottage and thought it would be right place. Mrs. Lamper arranged the matter with Betsy and smuggled the things in. There comes the real issue. Okay, so what happened? Because they need to take care of these things, somebody who thought that this is a lonely area and there is no much noise, and in the particular cottage they thought they can keep the things safely here. So they have put the things safely there with the help of whom? A lady by name Mrs. Lamper. I told you while discussing the people involved, right? So with the help of that, she has put in some things there. What are these things? They're smuggled things. What are smuggled goods? We always get to know, right? What are those things that are not taken a proper permission to get into a country or a place without knowledge of the government and the police? If you bring in something, then that comes under illegal or something that shouldn't be brought. So maybe some such goods, all the thieves and the other people, if you watch in movies, right, dons and all of these people, to become rich, they all do such nasty things, right? So like that, even something like this has happened. Mrs. Lamper, said Mrs. Beverly Kimball. All of a sudden, she was surprised to hear this name. But she must have known something about their history. Anyone who reads the papers even casually would have been aware of the theft, and I don't think the things were hard to recognize. So, if she is involved in something, then it would have come in the newspapers, because it is very difficult to keep things which are actually because of the theft and all of that, because it media will somehow catch this and the news will come out, right? Says it is not that difficult. Mrs. Lamper always had the reputation of being conscientious woman. Okay, so but she is also surprised because Mrs. Lamper always maintains certain reputation that she is a very pious lady, a very good and respectable lady, or she comes from that kind of a circle, right? I am really shocked to know this, says Mrs. Lamper. I'll just go with one more paragraph and then we'll continue the rest of the story in the next module. Okay. Of course, she was protecting someone else, said Veera. An extraordinary number of respectable people have involved themselves while trying to protect others. You would be really astonished if you knew some of the names of the individuals mixed up in it. And most of them don't even know who the original culprits were. And now I have got you entangled in the mess by letting you into the secret of the cottage. Finally, the girl says that, yeah, it is not just Mrs. Lamper. So many other respectable people from good families are involved in this. You will be surprised to know all of that. Okay, and they are, now that I even told you my aunt, I entangled you even in the mess. So maybe I have put you in some kind of trouble. The girl feels that. Okay, how are the girl and the aunt speaking? You can see here is Veera and she is Beverly Kimball. Both are having a conversation. Okay, I will stop this here. So in this particular module, you have seen that the girl starts saying what is actually there in the cottage, right? And she gives out a name, Mrs. Lamper, and they have few things which are not taken proper permission from the government, some illegal goods in the cottage, says the little girl Veera. Okay, so we are going to see who are the others involved, what happened next, and all of that in the next module. Okay, so before leaving, I have this one thing to say about this particular lesson. So in this lesson, there is beautiful conversation that's happening from the beginning to the end. The conversation between the girl and her aunt. Okay, there is if you read the lesson, you understand that it's a proper dialogue. Okay, so good. When you observe, you need to read that even from that point of view, from that perspective, because for dialogue writing, this is very, very important. Your punctuation marks, how to use sentences, how to use phrases, how to use exclamatory marks, all of that you will observe in this particular lesson. Okay, that from the language point of view. Another thing, this is a new textbook for all of us. We are now, last year we were using Roots and Wings, right? This year we are using Orient Black Swan. I must say the language in the book is really good. And from the point of language, so many new words, okay, so good phrases are used in this particular textbook. I am really enjoying reading the book. So I really hope you all must be feeling the same. Okay, so it's very, very important that you learn these words and you remember these words and start putting them in your day-to-day life. Okay, so don't neglect any new word that comes to you. Fine. So what should be your homework then for today? For you, I will give you a small story writing homework today. Okay? Write a story. Write a story on your own. Okay? That I will give you just the few hints how to really go with the story. So on a fine morning, just like in this story, you have seen something different, something that you never have seen before. It could be a good thing or bad thing. I leave it to your imagination. So when you found out something that no one else knows, what would you do? How things have rolled up after that? Okay, so think about this and build up a nice story. Okay, see you in the next module then. Take care, guys.